The Blessings of Problems by Pastor Sunday Adelaja. Problems. This is probably one of the most popularly used words in the vocabulary of any culture. There is no one in the whole wide world who does not come across this word used on a regular basis one way or the other. As a matter of fact, our world goes around problems and because of problems. All of us individually and collectively regularly face problems in our daily lives. Attitudes to problems varies from people to people. Some run away from problems. Some look for problems. Some hide from problems. Some look for ways of resolving problems. Some succumb to problems. There are all kinds of reactions to problems. So problems, what are they? Blessings or a curse? In this article I want to present a case to all my readers that problems indeed are not a curse but a blessing. Problem is one of the most beautiful things that could happen to you. Problem is a blessing. Problems are the guiding lights along the way of life. To basic a lesson in history, a careful study of the history of humanity would stand as a monumental testimony to the fact that problems are indeed a blessing. Most of the technological breakthroughs which we enjoy today are as a result of problems. It used to take half a year to travel from one continent to the other by ship. Now it takes 6 hours by plane, thanks to problems. We used to have telegrams as the fastest form of communication. Now we have Skype, Facebook, email, social media, etc. Horses used to be the most effective means of transportation, which was before Mercedes-Benz came to town. We used to write with ink and pen. Now we have computers, tablets, etc. all as a result of solving problems. Planes came about as a result of man trying to resolve the problem of transportation. Skype, computer, telephone, all came about in the quest of man to resolve the communication problem. Cars, bicycles, automobiles all came about as a result of the desire of men to solve the mobility problem. Electricity is as a result of the desperation of man to solve the energy problem. Our modern medical breakthrough is thanks to the health challenges that the generation before us had faced. Antibiotics is a result of Mr. Fleming trying to stop the death plague of the 1920s. The list could go on and on all night. The truth of the matter is, each time we have a problem, a breakthrough is knocking at the door. Problems are only opportunities with thorns on them. Hugh Miller. What is a problem? Dear brothers and sisters, the issue is not with problems, but how we see problems. We could either see problems as a blessing or as limitations. In the real sense though, problems are supposed to be a door into new opportunities, if we could only relate to them correctly. Let's go deeper into the meaning of the word problem. In my own definition, problems are events, occurrences or conflicts that cause pain, discomfort or suffering. Now that is where the issue is. In this definition we can see the reason why humanity in general dislike and even hate problems. The reason is simple: problems cause pain, discomfort and suffering. We don't like pain. We dislike discomfort and we outrightly hate suffering. I think our attitude and response to problems is understandable because as humans we are created with flesh and body. The nature of our flesh and body is such that we are uncomfortable with pain or discomfort. So our body dislikes suffering, hence it runs away from problems. Our physical body prefers a more conducive and comfortable condition of life. It is human nature to want to run away from anything that inflicts pain, and since problems inflict pain, we dislike them. So where is my logic here? If we say there is an understandable reason why man dislikes pain and runs away from problems, why should I still call problems and pain a blessing? The reason is because man is not only made of body or flesh. Remember, we say it is the human flesh or body that runs away from pain, but apart from flesh, man still consists of spirit and soul. Problems therefore act as a stimulant to the soul of man. Problems challenge our mind, which is a dominant part of our soul. The paradox of problems wisdom therefore demands that despite the pain the body suffers, sometimes problems must still be welcomed to challenge the mind. To engage the soul so as to give birth to something superior to what was obtainable before now. The pain that is inflicted by sickness pushes us to challenge our minds, to come up with researches and studies that would eventually lead to a medical solution. Facing problems. Good. Even cocoon does. It makes the wings stronger, you know. Vikram, the discomfort that darkness caused men, pushed us to engage the mind to come up with the solution in electricity. The limitation and pain that is caused by lack of means of transportation led to the invention of automobiles, planes, ships, railways, etc. The agony and sorrow that comes from death led humanity to engage the mind, leading to the invention of hospitals, pharmacy, and medicine. The problem suggests the solution. Tom Paine. So my friends, whatsoever the pain you need to endure, whatever the nature of problems that you are facing, you could actually convert that pain to result in the productivity of the mind. Every problem must be converted to a challenge to the mind. Every problem should be viewed as a chance, as an opportunity, as a privilege to redirect the pain or discomfort coming from that problem to engage the mind for a better solution. That is the key to problems becoming blessings. God in His infinite wisdom has set up life in such a way that life is made up of series of problems. Maybe better said, life is a circle of problems. Just when you think you have overcome all the problems around, you fall into another circle of some other problems. Just when you are about to finish resolving those ones, you have new ones waiting for you on the horizon. So friends, you will never come out of troubles, for which I wholeheartedly congratulate you. It gives me an opportunity to enjoy a hearty laughter when I hear people say they look forward to overcoming all their problems soon. I take my time to use the occasion to have a good laugh, because it would never happen. Nobody would ever come out of his circle of problems on this side of life. No problem, no life. Life itself is woven in problems. As a matter of fact, life ceases to be life without problems. Life in itself is synonymous to problems. They are two sides of the same coin. Most of us like to dream of having a family. So for you to have a family you need to marry, but once you marry you invite into your life at least more problems to deal with. To live with another human being under the same roof, gives you at least more problems than you had before. Just as you are getting used to each other and think it is time to settle down and enjoy life. Then you probably begin to have the thought of having your own child, and with that process a new problem is initiated. Because with the pregnancy, the lady begins the 9-month process of continuous pain. Meanwhile, the pain and discomfort of a wife equals to sleepless night for the husband. Welcome to a life of problems. If you survive it after 9 months, and you have just started rejoicing for the newborn baby that has arrived your family. Soon thereafter, just as you are about to settle down to the thought that you are a happy family, then the reality dawns on you that you might need another car, or you need to get a nanny, or you need to work harder to save money for the education of the child. All kinds of problems that you never thought of before you got married, begin to surface left, right and center in your life. All because you desire to have a better life. Better life attracts bigger problems. Soon you might want to have a bigger apartment, which means you need more money. In some families the time comes that they want to have the second baby and the process starts all over again. Soon that child would need to go from primary to secondary school. The child would need to be clothed, fed, school fees paid, education needs to be catered for. Secondary school education would lead to a higher institution where responsibilities are even higher. Then the child now grown up would need to find a job, where he would discover the salary is small, he needs to pay for an apartment, he needs to get an automobile for himself, after which he would desire to marry. And the circle repeats itself again and again. We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed. Always bearing about in the body the dying of the Lord Jesus, that the life also of Jesus might be made manifest in our body. For we which live are always delivered unto death for Jesus' sake, that the life also of Jesus might be made manifest in our mortal flesh. So then death worketh in us, but life in you. 2 Corinthians 4 verses 8 to 12. So the circle of life is a circle of problems. It's a parallel line that goes together. Ladies and gentlemen, life is made of problems, meaning problems are a part and parcel of life, so nobody can avoid them. It is not possible. The best response to problems is to learn how to creatively respond to them. The million-dollar question is, how do I view problems in a way that it becomes a blessing, not a curse? Problem is such an integral part of life that we cannot physically survive on planet Earth without problems. Everything about man is about problems. In fact, man himself and his composition is all about problems. The composition of man is about problem solving. Everything in life revolves around problems and problem solving. In fact, you are irrelevant in the world without problems. No one is needed on Earth without problems, because we are all created to solve problems. We are created for problems. Don't just take me for my words, let's go for the facts. Everything in man is about problems. Your eyes are there to resolve the problem of sight. Your mouth is about problems. It's given to you to resolve the problem of eating, swallowing, and speech. Your nose is a problem solver. Your nose resolves the problem of breathing. Your ears are given to you to resolve the problem of hearing. The hair on your head are given to you to solve problems. Your eyebrows solve problems. Your womb as a woman is a problem solver. Your hands solve problems. Your teeth solve problems, or you would not be able to smile. Your nails solve problems. Your legs solve problems. Your gender is for solving problems. I hope now, my friends, it's easier for you to see that life is about problems. We are all created to solve problems. As a matter of fact, you yourself would not be needed on planet Earth if you are not solving problems. It is because of problems that you have food on your table. Why? Because you go to work. Your job is to solve a problem. Whatever work you do is about solving problems. When I feel the heat, I see the light. Everett Dirksen, your problem is your blessing. If you are a doctor, it is because you solve problems. The problem of somebody's health. Thanks to the fact that somebody is sick, that is why you are needed as a doctor. If you are a lawyer, it is thanks to the fact that other people have problems, that is why you are needed as a lawyer. You are only relevant as an engineer because some people need mobility and have technically related problems. That is why you are needed. You are not needed if not for problems. If you are a pilot, you are only needed because you are going to solve people's problems. People need to fly. If you are a teacher, you are there to solve problems. The problem of people's ignorance. If you are a tailor, you are there to solve problems of clothing people. If you are a scientist, you are there to solve the problem of progress. There are things that need to be invented and reinvented. If you are a hairdresser, it is because some people have the problem of beauty they need to solve, that is why you are needed. If you are a makeup artist, stylist, the only reason why you go to work, have food on the table and have salary, is because you are solving people's problem. If you are a chef, thank God somebody is hungry. If you are a politician, it is because people need to be governed. Nations and societies need to be governed. If you are a banker or economist, it's thanks to the fact that people have problems with their finances. What I am trying to say, ladies and gentlemen, is that everything we have in our lives today is thanks to problems. So problems could not necessarily be as bad as we talk about them. Everything we possess today, we have thanks to problems. You have salary today because you are solving a problem for which you get paid. You put food on your table thanks to problems. On one hand, someone resolved the problem of that food by producing the food for you. Then you were able to buy it, because you resolved other people's problem that gave you the means to provide for your family. The cloth you are wearing is because of a problem that was resolved. The house you are living in, the shoes you are wearing are all as a result of problems. Everything you have today is a blessing that has come to your life thanks to problems. If you get hungry, that is a problem and an opportunity. You have a problem and somebody has an opportunity of making money. If you catch cold, somebody else has an opportunity of making money. If it is hot in your house, that is a problem for you, but a blessing to another person. If you hurt your leg, it is a problem to you, but a blessing to someone else. In the process of childbirth, despite the pain and discomfort, there are a lot of people been blessed. As a matter of fact, if you die, it is a problem to your family, but a blessing to others. Problem is an invitation, and an access problem therefore is an invitation for money. Problem is an invitation for jobs. Problem is an invitation for employment. Problem is an invitation to an engagement. Problem is an invitation to communication. Problem is an invitation to relationship. Problem is an invitation. Problem therefore is an access. Problem gives you access to realize yourself. It is an access to self-actualization. It is an access to your future. It is an access to opportunities. It is an access to other people's lives. It is an access to new environment. It is an access to promotion. It is an access to family. It is an access to blessing. It is an access to friendship. Problems define your significance. Problems therefore defines your significance in life. For example, if you decide to take on small problems in life, that problem would define you. The size of your problem determines the size of your success. A porter that puts the luggage in the plane would never earn the same salary as the pilot who flies the plane. A nurse and the doctor would never earn the same amount of money, even though they work in the same hospital. The janitor and the manager would never earn the same income. The judge and the secretary would never earn the same wage. I smile at every circumstance that comes my way because I don't expect life to be an easy journey. Edmund Burke. This is all because the amount of problem you decide to confront decides your significance in life. If you decide to run away from problems and only address minor problems, your significance would remain minor your whole life. But those who dare to step out and confront bigger problems enjoy greater amount of significance in life. The same thing goes to preparations. When you decide to take your time and pay a higher price for preparation, you are indeed taking more problems on yourself. Yet on the other hand, that is what makes you to become of a greater significance in life. The level of training that one acquires to a large extent determines the kind of problem they solve, which in turn determines the significance they have. For example, the porter that handles the luggage may have trained for a few months, while the pilot trains for about 5 years to be able to fly passengers. The doctor spends 6 years in training, while the nurse spends less years, hence their level of earning and significance. The point I am making is that we should not despise problems nor regard them as something to run away from. We should rather consider them as our opportunity to be challenged for a greater height. It is only primitive and uninformed people that run away from problems. Any society whose philosophy of life in regards to problems is that of negativity would never really see true development. On the other hand, societies where problems are viewed as challenges to be resolved go ahead to become advanced and prosperous. If we are to rise above the mediocre lifestyle, we must change our philosophy to problems. We must begin to see problems as our means to blessings. Problems are our invitation for rewards, not for a curse. No person is needed on planet Earth and no nation is necessary here, if they are not resolving one problem or the other. We are all useless without a problem. Even you, my dear reader, are useless and unnecessary until someone can call on you to solve a problem. Thanks to the fact that you are invited to resolve a problem, you become somebody. If there are no problems to be resolved, you would not be employed. Without problems you would never be paid a salary. As a matter of fact, if there are no problems, your uniqueness would never be discovered. It is problems that bring out who you are. Your uniqueness, your peculiarity and your abilities. We must begin to realize that anywhere there is a problem, there is a future. Problems challenge us to face the future. Problems challenge us to face the unknown. Problems challenge us to resolve the unresolved. Problems push us from our comfort zone. Problems force us to advancement and progress. Problems give us the opportunity to taste what we have never tasted before. Everybody's future is tied to a problem. Joseph's future was concealed in the problem before him. At every junction of his life before he could attain the next level, a new problem was waiting for him. The same thing for us. Our future is hidden in problems. Moses is another example of the fact that our future is tied to problems. At birth he was called Moses, because of the future he was carrying. He ended up in a basket because of that future. He was adopted by the daughter of Pharaoh because of the future ahead of him. He killed an Egyptian because of the future deliverer he was supposed to be. He became a fugitive because of the future deliverer he was supposed to be. Our destiny is always tied with a problem. Our tomorrow cannot be unveiled but through a problem. Jacob, Paul, Jesus all proved the fact that there is no future without problems, there is no fulfillment without problems. Should we still keep on running away from problems? Your promotion is in your problem. When God decides to promote a man, he gives him a problem. When God decided to promote Esther, he gave her a problem. When God decided to promote Ruth, he took her husband. When God decided to promote David, he sent Goliath. When God decided to promote Joseph, he sent hunger. When God wanted to promote Daniel, he allowed him to enter the lion's den. When God decided to promote Paul, he made him blind. When God decided to promote Peter, he gave him a confusing dream. Every promotion is connected to problems. When God decided to promote Jesus, he killed him. Therefore making all knees to bow before him and making all tongues to confess him as Lord. Problems and pains provide us with an opportunity to grow, because that is when we are ready to listen, learn and change. Otherwise we are full of ourselves as usual. I know that myself from my own personal experience. I have been there. Pain and problems help us remember past lessons. Pain and problems teach us endurance. Pain and problems make us to live in consciousness, in the here and now. Pains and problems provide us with an opportunity to grow. The greatest damage and decadence in life is not to have problems to solve. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope in this article, I have been able to open your eyes to problems and their blessings. This is a philosophical issue. It is about approach to life. It is a worldview question. I really hope you now understand that it is the right worldview to have a positive attitude to problems. And I hope you now see how detrimental it could be to have a mindset of running away from problems. Societies that are not proactive in relation to problems always lag behind in development, while nations that turn their problems to constructive challenges become advanced and developed. If any nation would successfully conduct a campaign to change the worldview of their populace towards problems, there would be no limit to the progress and advancement to such nations. They would be liberated to forcefully attack every problem in the society, leading to abundance of opportunities and results. Businesses and wealth would be available in abundance to such people only because they have a creative and positive attitude to problems. There is no ending to what I could tell about the blessings of problems, but I will leave the rest to the book that would be birthed out of this article. For the Love of God, Church and Nation by Pastor Sunday Adelaja.
Thank you so much for watching our videos. Now we need to spread this word, and we need to do it together. For that to happen, we need your help. Just 5 little steps that you could help us to spread the word. Number one thing we need you to do is to like the videos. Please go like this video right now. Number 2, if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Number 3, we need you to press and click on that notification bell. You see the bell? Go press on it. And number 4, we need you to go comment. Write your comment, good or bad. Just write what you feel. Number 5, share on every platform. Share on Instagram, share on Facebook. Just share and spread the word. Thank you so much.